At the beginning of the 16th century, Europe awoke and said, "Let's go find gold in a place we don't know." Following Christopher Columbus's voyages, the race to the New World began like a holiday sale. The Spanish were the quickest to book. In 1513, Juan Ponce de Leon arrived in Florida, supposedly searching for the fountain of youth, but instead of immortality, he found heat and humidity. In 1565, they founded St. Augustine, the first official European settlement in the region. They began building forts and sending out missionary expeditions. They spread into Texas, New Mexico, and California, planting their flags almost everywhere. France and Britain watched and said, "Hey, we want a piece of the pie." And so, the continent became one massive European real estate project. The United States, it hadn't been born yet, but it was already being planned without even realizing it. In 1607, Jamestown was founded, and the beginning was so difficult that some immediately regretted it. Famine, disease, and conflict, a very enthusiastic welcome. Then, in 1620, the Mayflower arrived, bringing people seeking religious freedom, and a land where no one would demand taxes from them. The colonies multiplied like episodes of a hit TV series. The North focused on trade and strict religion. The South focused on agriculture and tobacco, lots of tobacco. By 1733, there were 13 colonies. People began to manage their own affairs. But Britain watched from afar and said, "Don't forget who owns the house." The 7 Years' War erupted, a veritable world championship among the European powers. In North America, Britain and France vied for territory as if it were a final match. Britain won in 1763. France lost most of its possessions east of the Mississippi. Britain gained territory, but lost money. "Fine, colonists," Britain declared. "You'll foot the bill." New taxes were imposed. "We didn't vote for this," the colonists retorted. Boycotts and protests began to spread. The first spark of a coming revolution, filled with the sizzling tea in the harbor. In 1776, the colonies officially declared, "The union with Great Britain is over." The war continued until 1783. Under the peace treaty, the new nation gained territory up to the Mississippi River. The country began expanding westward. Farmers saw vast expanses of land and said, "This is our opportunity." Laws were enacted to regulate land sales. But expansion wasn't easy. They faced resistance from the Native Americans. New states were founded one after another. The agricultural economy flourished. But ambition didn't stop at the Mississippi. It began to look further. In 1803, Napoleon Bonaparte decided he needed more money than distant land. So he offered to sell Louisiana. President Thomas Jefferson almost said, "Are you serious? I'll buy it right away." Only $15 million. The result? The United States doubled in size overnight. A real estate deal unlike any other in history. The land stretched all the way to the Rocky Mountains. Exploration westward began. The Mississippi River opened the floodgates of trade. And America learned that sometimes buying is more powerful than war. Florida joined in 1819. Then came Texas in 1845, and with it, problems. Mexico wasn't happy about the decision. War broke out in 1846. It ended in 1848 with a decisive American victory. The United States gained California and vast other territories. Then, suddenly, gold was discovered in California. People flocked westward as if in a treasure hunt. The country stretched from the Atlantic to the Pacific. But all this expansion began to create dangerous internal divisions. In 1867, Russia decided it didn't want that distant piece of ice. The United States asked how much. President Andrew Johnson approved the deal. Secretary of State William H. Seward finalized the agreement. Only $7.2 million. People scoffed and called it Seward's folly. They said we bought a giant refrigerator. But later, gold and oil were discovered, and Alaska became a strategic treasure. History has proven that sometimes today's ridicule becomes tomorrow's wisdom.
Oh, hello! Do you want me to annex Canada and Greenland to America? Subscribe to the channel so I can grant your wish, and if you like this video, I'll annex Mexico too.